So far, I have not had my traps pay off yet, and I'm pretty low on food, so I'm down to flipping rocks looking for bugs. You know, right now, I ain't finding much. I'm kind of looking for, like, carpenter ants. Something else. You know, a snake would be nice. I got this little black ant here. It's a carpenter ant. And these are edible. I told you guys about it earlier. I found a log earlier when I took a chunk of the bark off the outside. It kinda, it had a lot of ants on it, so I've been munching on those because so far the Paiute deadfall was down, but it didn't get its animals, so I reset it. And the one down here I'm getting ready to move because it's been there a few days and nothing's touched it, so I'm going to move it somewhere. And yeah, but these I usually bite the back end off. I don't like the little head on there that's got big old pinchers. So yeah, you just bite the back end off, throw the rest away, and then it's got a lemony tang to it. Well, I found some dinner. Now this isn't much. This little snake here, little garden snake looking feller, maybe a foot long, but that's gonna be dinner. I'm gonna cook them over the fire after I get the guts out of them. Well, I decided to make a 4-pronged spear. Not bad. At short distance, you don't have to have flights on your atlatl. Short distance, like for fishing, like I'm going to be trying to do, I'll be poking this on there, and I'll be shooting short distance, you know. Bang. You know, just barely off my level. That way, I can try to get some protein. I'm tired of eating plants, I'm telling you. I know lots of plants, but dang. Step 1 with the snake, I'm going to cut his head off. So that's off. It's not poisonous, so it's not going to hurt you. As you can see, he's going to have the nerve twitches. So as you can see, I keep my fire kind of at a low heat during the day. And I'm just going to slow roast this guy right over the smoke. It's all alder anyway. Really good. Works really good for cooking stuff. Poke some more alder in there. This guy, back him up a little. Trying to do it fairly quick for you guys on the camera here. I'll cut a lot of this stuff out. And I'm cooking it with a little green alder twig too. Or on a green alder twig, I should say. And I'm going to make this guy pretty crispy before I munch him. With snakes and other reptiles, a lot of times they carry little parasites or, you know, salmonella poisoning, and so you want to make sure they're well done, and you don't want any of the guts left in them. I think that's pretty well crispy fried. A little bit more. Bon appetit. Good stuff when you haven't had any real food in a couple days. So I'm gonna go look for some more of those. I decided to make a 4-prong spear. Not bad. At short distance, you don't have to have flights on your atlatl. Short distance, like for fishing, like I'm gonna be trying to do, I'll be poking this on there, and I'll be shooting short distance, you know. Bang. You know, just barely off my level. That way, I can try to get some protein. I'm tired of eating plants, I'm telling you. I know lots of plants, but dang. Since I caught that one snake, and earlier, back here I seen one, but it was kind of in the swamp, so I couldn't get to it. I mean, you sink up to your waist in that stuff. It's bad. I was gonna walk out there to set my fish trap over by where the creek runs in, and it wasn't having it. I sank clear up to here at one spot, and I had to go back. So I'm gonna use this on a bigger snake. I'll just pin him down. This morning I went for a walk with this thing, my little spear here that I was using with the atlatl, and I seen a frog, and I just couldn't reach him. He was just a little too far out, and it was cold this morning, and I wasn't getting in the water yet. So I went ahead and made this so I'd have some length. You know, the stick ain't very straight, but for what I'm going to do, it'll work. Now that I know there's bullfrogs here, I'll be starting to look for those more, along with snakes, and I've been looking for more carpenter ants too. There's lemony. Got a lemony tang to them, kind of like wood sorrel almost. So that's what I'm doing on day 7. That frog I told you about earlier, I speared him. Yeah! And now I'm going to cook him over the fire, and I'm going to eat him. The legs are the main part, so I'm going to cut all the legs off, and they're just, you know what, I'm just going to gut it. Gut it out, and then cook it whole. Eat everything I can off it. Okay guys, so I'm cooking the frog, as you can see. The guts and the head, I'm going to put in my trap over here, the one that I think's for a raccoon. And I really think if I get a raccoon, I'll be pretty much set for the rest of the week. So I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to go put them guts and stuff over there for bait. That's this guy all cooked up and ready to be munched on. I've always liked frog legs anyway. My favorite part. So I baited that spring snare with the guts and head. So hopefully tomorrow I'll have something a little more substantial than this, but maybe later today I'll get something else. Hey guys, I'm not going to bring you through the whole process of cooking this one, but I got a second one. Woo! Another one day freaking barbecue. So, yeah, I just been walking the edge of the pond, and every day, you know, something. I've seen water snakes. Some are in the water already, so you can't really get them, but like this guy was climbing out on a branch a little ways trying to spear some fish and happened to see him sitting there, so I stuck him. That's another meal for today. Day 7, I'm starting to eat good. I'm not going to bring in on every snake, every lizard, every frog I catch, but if the last one I caught, which being this one, is bigger than the one I caught before this, it's going on camera. So this one's a little red racer here. As you can see, he's still alive. I haven't killed him yet. I like live food until I get ready to cook it. But you can see he's pretty good size. It'll be a lot more meat than the last little tiny snake I had. So I'm gonna get this guy cleaned up and I'll eat him with you on camera, but if I catch anything smaller than this guy, it ain't gonna go on camera no more. And if I catch any more frogs, it ain't gonna go on camera no more. I'm just gonna, you know, I wanted to show you what there is available out here. And so far, a lot of reptiles. So, I caught a monster of a little water snake of some kind. It's not poisonous, but the thing's almost 3 feet long. I've already ate a couple lizards and a snake today. So, this one I'm going to clean up and I'm going to hang on my little rafter above where my smoke comes out. And I'm going to smoke him all day. And then when I get hungry later, he'll be ready to eat. And if not, I can always eat him tomorrow. So, there's the smoked snake. You can see it's pretty crispy here. But, never had jerkied snake before. I caught breakfast. Breakfast is these 2 alligator lizards. I caught 2 of them. They're not super big or anything, but I'll just take the head off and skin them and gut them, and the rest will be eaten, the bones and all. Well, here's those lizards, all cleaned and gutted and skinned. I'm gonna stab them on a stick here, and I like cooking on alder anyway, which is what kind of wood I've been using mostly. A few other scattered kinds, but when I'm cooking I like to use alder, and it gives it good flavor. But yeah, breakfast of champions. I'm gonna cook these up, and then when I get ready to eat them, I'll turn the camera back on. Well, here goes the lizards. All cooked and ready. We'll do this guy first. Amazing. That is delicious. Well guys, A guy happened to stop by here earlier, somebody that drives around, one of the loggers, and he threw me a hook and some line. Finally got some fish. They're just little sunfish bluegill, but I got several of them. So that's how I caught those 4 fish. As long as I save out this hook and keep digging up worms, I'll have food the rest of the week. So, you know, it's just a good thing to always carry. Usually I do carry it in my survival kit, but I was gonna go without it. But when offered something, you know, like this, especially when all I've been eating snake and frog and, you know, a couple lizards, so fish will be a nice change. Fish on! Fish on! Damn! Come on, buddy. Get over here. That's a fatty. So, pop can line and a worm I dug up and a hook. Bam! So here's another quick way to cook them. The bluegill and stuff, just stab them through. That one will be done here in about 20 minutes. So this is the one I roasted over the fire. Hard to see in the camera here. That's the one I roasted over the fire. This is gonna be tasty. Here is a fish head, and basically I want to show you is that the eyeballs and the brains are good too. So, just a little tip. Next time you catch a fish and cook it up, try the eyeball. I got a layer of clay on bottom, the dock leaves underneath to protect the fish a little bit, and then I'm going to be covering the fish with these other dock leaves, like that. I don't need these ones, I can save those for another time. Now I'm going to get a big old pile of clay to put on top. Almost squeezed my fish out. Guess I will use a couple more leaves to protect it in there. Basically, I'm wanting the whole area where the fish is to be covered. And now I'm going to put this underneath my fire for the night, and I'll have a good breakfast in the morning. Here's that fish after it's all done in the clay there. And it smells delicious. Mmm. Mmm. This stuff cooked overnight, and it's just, oh man. Really good. So yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to find worms so I can catch more of these. You know, there's other ways of cooking them too, but cooking them in the clay works pretty good.